Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can load some information or some data from an Excel sheet such as this one that I have here concerning all the different world population information, load it into Python and then display it into a Tkinter interface, which is something we call a tree view. You display it like this and then you're able to scroll through it and look through the data and visualize it as well. So in the video, I will explain all of this. We will be using Tkinter and openpyxl, which is a library that helps us automate Python and Excel together. And then we will put everything together and have this interface. As usual, the source code is in the description, as well as the link to the original file that I got, where I got this list of countries and their populations. I did some minor changes to it just to make it fit better and look better in our application. But anyways, if you want the original file, you can also check it out. The new and updated file will also be part of the source code in the GitHub repo. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started and let me show you how you can create this interface that will help you look at this Excel sheet. Okay, so let's start coding. So here I'm using VS Code. However, you can use any text editor or IDE that you like, so long as you're able to run Python and you are comfortable with it. Now here I have a blank Python file. I called it main.py. You can call it whatever you want. And inside my folder, I also have the Excel file, which is this file, which contains all the information about the world countries and their populations. Alright, so how do we get started? First things first, to be able to use Excel with Python, you will need a library called openpyxl. To install it, simply pull up a terminal or a command prompt. Here I'm using the integrated terminal with VS Code, but you can use the normal CMD that you have with your machine. So here I'm just going to say pip install openpyxl and I press enter and I wait. Now in my case it says requirement already satisfied. This is because I already have it, but in your case just wait a minute or two and then it will really be installed. Alright, now that I have installed openpyxl, let's actually get started with the code, and let's first start by loading the information from the Excel sheet into our Python code. To do so, first I'm going to make sure I have my imports. So I'm going to import Tkinter and openpyxl. I'll use Tkinter later on in the video, but for now we will use openpyxl. Now I want to create a function called load data, which will load the data from the Excel file into Python. So here we have def load data, so I just created the function. Alright, how do I get started? First, I need to specify the path of my Excel file. So you can see here I put the entire path. Of course, in your case, it's going to be different depending on the location of your folder. So I put the entire path and I put the name of the file. So this is the Excel file that we want to load. Now, second step, I use this function from openpyxl, which is .load workbook. So this will load my workbook into this workbook variable here in Python. So workbook is actually representative of the entire Excel file, including all the sheets that we may have. So this is what a workbook is. It's definitely specific to Excel. So this is the type of file that we have. So we load the workbook inside this variable. The next thing that we want is to load the sheet. So the sheet, here it depends how many sheets that you have. In our case, we only have one sheet, but you may have more than one sheet in this Excel file. So we will just load the sheet using a very simple line of code, which is sheet equal workbook.active. Active gets me the active or the open sheet in my Excel file. So you can see here, this is the sheet that's open, which is called list of countries. So this sheet will now be inside this sheet variable. So now that I have the active sheet in the sheet variable, the next step would be to get the data from the sheet. So to do so, this line of code, so I would just say list sheet.values. So after converting the sheet.values into a list, I save it in list values and then I'm going to print it just so that I can show you how the data is loaded. So let's try to run this code and see the output. So as you can see, all of the code got printed. Obviously, it's pretty messy, but you can see that all of the information from the Excel file has been retrieved. So here you have the headings, the rank, country, population, percent of world population, and so on. Here you have the rest of the data. So this is the first row, then you have the second row, and so on. So now we were able to print the values. What we want to do next is to actually put them in a Tkinter interface and put them in a tabular form for the user to visualize them rather than print them here. Okay, So let's see how we're going to do this. So I'm going to just remove the print, and now we're going to introduce some Tkinter. First things first, you need to create a window object. The window is going to be equal to tkinter.tk. So you see here how I've imported Tkinter. I've created now tkinter.tk and I've saved it in the window variable. What this is basically it's the root widget. So it is the parent widget for everything else that I will include in my application. By parent widget, what we usually mean is that consider this is like a box and all the other widgets will sit inside of it. So this will represent your Tkinter window. Now, of course, I also set the title of the window, and I set the title to be Excel Viewer because this is what we're naming our application. Now, the next step is this one. So window.main loop. Now what window.main loop is it's the event loop of Tkinter. This means that as long as the application is being executed, this loop is running infinitely and it stops when I exit the app. So this will enable me to handle events and deal with different things within my Tkinter interface. So now if I run this, as you can see, we have a small window that was created here. Obviously, it's empty, but you can see the title is Excel Viewer, and it is an empty window created in Tkinter. Now, what we want to do is we want to populate our Excel data and display it here in a tabular form. So let's get started with that. Now, we already extracted all the list values. What we're going to need is something we call a Tkinter Treeview. To get the Treeview, you need to import another submodule of Tkinter, which is from Tkinter import TTK. TTK stands for themed widgets. So these are themed Tkinter widgets. Some of them are a bit more advanced than the basic widgets. Some of them are the same. It depends. So it's a submodule of Tkinter, and you should know that the Treeview doesn't exist in the root module Tkinter. It only exists in the themed widgets. So let's create a Treeview object. So as you can see, I create a ttk.treeview. I specify the parent as window. What do I mean by parent? Every widget in Tkinter must exist within the root widget in some form. So here I'm saying that the direct parent of this widget is the window. So we said that the window is like a giant box. So the Treeview is like an object inside of this box. And I specify show headings. I'll talk about this a bit more in just a second. But basically this is me creating my tree, which is a Treeview object in Tkinter. Then I say tree.pack. So you should know in Tkinter, if you don't include this line of code, you will not be able to see your widget. Because anytime you want to add a widget to a Tkinter interface, you need to first create the object, and then you need to either pack, place, or grid. So you would use a layout or a geometry manager to organize and position this widget on your screen. This is how Tkinter works in general. You will always need these two steps to add widgets to your screen. Alright. Now that I have added my Treeview, let's actually run it and see how it now looks like. So if I run it, as you can see, it doesn't really look very meaningful. You see, there's just like a line, and this is supposedly our table. Well, because this table is empty and it doesn't contain any data yet, it gets viewed like this. So let's actually start by adding our data into these Treeview. So first things first, I need to specify the columns or the headings of my tree. So I told you I would talk about the headings in just a second. So the columns, this will represent the column titles of the tree. By column titles, I mean these guys right here, which are the headings of the Excel file. The rank, country, population, and percentage of world populations. Alright, so now after I've done all of this, so I want to get the columns. How do I get them? It's very simple. It's the very first row in this list values, right? So it's the very first row. So here I just say calls or columns or whatever you want to name the variable. It's going to be equal to list values sub 0. So this will get me the first row in the list values, and this will be these four guys right here, which are the headings. Alright, now that I've gotten the columns, I specify that these columns will be part of the Treeview, and I say show equal headings. So let's run it now and see if it works just yet. So as you can see, we now have 4 separate columns, which makes sense. We do need 4 columns for our application because our Excel sheet has 4 columns, and the tree view is starting to look a bit better. However, where are the column titles? Why is it missing the word rank, country, population, and so on, even though we supposedly already specified it using this column equal calls right here? Well, basically, in Tkinter Treeview, the way this works is we just specified the names of the columns, but not the text displayed. So now what I want to do is I want to specify the text that should be displayed in every single heading. To do so, I will introduce this small for loop. So I will say for column name in calls. So here I'm going through this list. So I'm going through these 4. For each one, I will say tree.heading, the one that has this column name, specify the text to be column name. So I will run it and re-explain. So now you can see we actually have the names of the columns. Why did this work? This is simply because they were internally named as rank, country, population, and percent of world pop. But what I did is I said for every column, so for all of them, tree.heading that has this name, so for example, tree.heading that has the name rank, put the text to be the same as the name. I said the text should be rank, and so on. So this loop executes 4 times. So now I have my headings and I have my table. What I just want to do is to populate my table with all of the data. So let's go ahead and do it. It's also very straightforward. So because I already have the list values, now I want to get the rest of the data from the list values. So I say for value tuple in list values, and then I slice it starting from 1 until the end of the list. Why do I do this? This is because I don't want to put the heading again. So imagine I don't put this, and I will re-explain the rest of the code. Actually, we got an error. Okay, so I don't actually need this. So if I run the code now, as you can see, we have our table. It contains all of the information, but then the first row here contains the headings again. So it contains rank, country, population, percent of world pop. So we don't need this information again. This is why we add this slicing, and we slice it from the first value until the end. Okay, so now if I run it, it should have all of the information here presented appropriately. Okay, how did this work? I got each value tuple in list values. So each value tuple will represent a row. It will represent these 4, or like maybe these 4, or so on. So this is what we get when we say for value tuple in list values. Then I just said tree.insert. Here I basically inserted the parent as nothing. This is because the tree enables you to actually have a hierarchy, and I said the parent doesn't have to be anything. So for now, don't really worry about this. And I said add it at the end, so add it at the end of the tree view, and then just the value that you should add is equal to this value tuple. So I'm saying insert this value tuple at the end of the tree, or at the end of the table. And this is how it inserted them one by one under each other in the tree view. And this is how we were able to achieve this result and have our tree view look like this. One minor change I want to make is if you resize this, as you can see, the tree view itself doesn't really get resized along with your window. So this can actually look pretty bad, especially that we have tons of rows right here and we're not able to view all of them even if we resize our window. So this is a very small change that we can make in our code. Simply here in this pack function, I just say expand equal true and fill equal y. By saying fill equal y, this means that take up all the space in the y-axis, which is the vertical axis. Now if I resize, as you can see, it takes up much more space and I can scroll through this tree and you can see that it looks very good, very presentable, and if I open my window, it actually looks appealing and you don't have to have this very small section of the window and the rest is just blank. So this is how we were able to load this Excel data and display it using Tkinter. I hope you found this video useful. Stay tuned for the next one and bye bye.